This is the sixth video out of the 8 videos on fractions, decimals, and percentages. In this video, I will show you how to easily multiply a fraction by another fraction. If you are seeing this channel for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. Also, like, comment, and share this video. So let's look into some examples. This is the first example: 2 out of 3 multiplied by 5 out of 9. So for fraction, it is pretty simple. You can easily multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator by saying 2 by 5 everything over 3 by 9, and 2 by 5 gives 10, 3 by 9 gives 27. So the answer there is 10 out of 27. So another option is to simplify the fractions if possible before you multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So you just have to check if you could reduce a fraction. Okay, and how do you check? So let's have an instance here: 2 out of 3 by 5 out of 9. So you check, is there a number that can go in 2 and 3? That is how you check. You also come to the second one: is there a number that can go in 5 and 9? So that's the second one you can check. And you can also check diagonally. Okay, like, is there a number that can go in 2 and 9? You check if it is possible. And the second diagonal line, is there a number that can go in 3 and 5? So if there is a number that can go in these directions, then you reduce the fractions before you multiply the numerator by the denominator. So this is just to simplify the fractions to avoid a big product. Okay, so that is the essence of using this method. So let's look into another example. So this will be equals to 2 by 14 everything over 7 by 16. So 2 by 14 will give you 28 out of 7 times 16. So you can do it like this: 16 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. You write 2, you keep 4. 7 times 1 is 7 plus the 4 you kept, that is 11. So you have 112. So if you look at it very well, 28 can go in the numerator and the denominator. So 28 goes in 28, that will be 1, and 28 goes in 112 4 times. Okay, but if you cannot see that directly, they are both even numbers. 2 can go. So 2 goes in 2 once, 2 goes in 8, that is 4 times. Then 2 goes in 11 5 times, remainder 1, you put it in, that makes 12. 2 goes in 12, you have 6. So you have 14 again. They are both even numbers. 2 can still go. 2 goes in 14 7 times, as 2 times 7 gives 14. Then 2 goes in 5 2 times, remainder 1. Then you put 1 here, that makes 16. Then 2 goes in 16 8 times. So 7 can go. Okay, as 7 times 4 gives 28. So 7 goes in 7 once, 7 goes in 28 4 times. Okay, so that means our answer will be 1 out of 4. You can see that we have to divide a lot because we have a big product here when you multiply 16 by 7. Okay, so let's see the second method. You have 2 out of 7 by 14 out of 16. Okay, so if you check like this vertically, is there a number that can go in 2 and 7? No. Let's go to the second fraction. Is there a number that can go in 14 and 16? Yes, that is 2. So 2 goes in 14 7 times, and 2 goes in 16 8 times. So let's check diagonally. So this diagonal 7 7. So 7 goes in 7 once, 7 goes in 7 once. Let's check the second diagonal. 2 goes in 2 once, 2 goes in 8, 4. Okay, so we are left with these numbers 1, 1, 4, and 4. So that means you can say 1 by 1 out of 1 by 4, and that will give us 1 out of 4 directly. So can you see the reason why you need to check if you can reduce the fractions before you multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator? So when you do that, it simplifies the fractions and you can easily get your answer. So let's look into the third example. Here we have a mixed number and a proper fraction. So the first thing we need to do is to write this mixed number or mixed fraction as an improper fraction by multiplying this 3 by this 1. That will be 3. Then add it to the numerator, which is 1. That is 3 plus 1. That will be 4. So you have 4 out of 3 multiplied by 2 out of 7. Then the next thing we need to do is to multiply the numerator by the numerator. That is 4 by 2 out of the denominator by the denominator, 3 by 7. And this will give us 8 out of 21. So if you look at this very well, there is no number that can go. So that will be the final answer. So if you want to check the second method, so you have 4 out of 3 by 2 out of 7. Is there a number that can go in 4 and 3? No. Is there a number that can go in 2 and 7? No. Let's check the diagonal. The two diagonals, that is 3 and 2. No. 4 and 7. No. So that means you don't have any option than to multiply the numerator by the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. So let's go to the last example. Here we have 1 whole, 1 out of 3 of 24. So in mathematics, this word OF of means multiplication. That means we can write it as 1 whole, 1 out of 3, then multiplied by 24. Okay, so if you like, you can write 24 as 24 out of 1. Okay, still correct. Then the next thing we need to do is to write this mixed fraction as an improper fraction by saying 3 times this one, 3 plus the 1 on top, that is 4. So you have, that will be equals to 4 out of 3 times 24 out of 1. So what you need to do is to multiply the numerators, 4 by 24 over, then you also multiply the denominators, 3 by 1. So if you want to do this, you can do 24 by 4. 4 by 4 is 16, you write 6, you keep 1. 4 by 2 is 8, plus the 1 you kept, that is 9, you have 96. So this will be equals to 96 out of 3. So if you look at this, how can you divide it? What can go? 2 cannot go, okay, because this is an even number. 96 is an even number, 3 is an odd number. So 3 can go because of the rule of divisibility of 3. 9 plus 6 is 15, and 15 is divisible by 3. That implies that 96 is divisible by 3. So 3 here once, 3 and 3, 3 times, as 3 times 3 is 9, then 3 in 6, that will give you 2. So that means the final answer here is 32. So let's look into the second method. That will be 1 whole, 1 out of 3 of 24. So the first thing is to write it as 1 whole, 1 out of 3, then times 24 out of 1. Then you convert this to an improper fraction. That will be 4 out of 3, then multiply by 24 out of 1. So you check this fraction. Can you reduce 4 out of 3? No, there's nothing that can go. What about 24 and 1? Nothing. Then let's check the two diagonals. 4 and 1, nothing can go. So the second diagonal, 3 and 24, yes, 3 can go, as 2 add 4 is 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. That means 3 can go in 24. You can check my video on rules of divisibility. 3 goes in 3 once, 3 goes in 24 8 times. So we are left with 4, 8, 1, and 1. So that will be 4 by 8 out of 1 by 1. So that will give us 32 out of 1, which is equals to 32. So this is how you simplify or you multiply two fractions. This will be the end of this video.